Guys, welcome to Acknowledge Twitter Spaces. And today we have our special guest, the Rarico team, and we have Nelson from the Rarico team. Nelson, is there anyone else also from your team who is joining?
Yeah, hi guys. Money is there from Radiko's main account, and I have joined from my account.
Yeah, so Mani, I have invited you to come as a speaker. Please accept the request and come up. Awesome. So, just to give you brief about the Twitter Spaces. This Twitter Spaces, we at Acknowledger, we keep it every Wednesday, same time, 9 p.m. IST. And the whole idea of this Spaces is to connect with the community, understand their challenges, invite experts from Metaverse, NFT, Web3 space, and discuss the ideas, their product projects, what's happening around the industry, and also uh, how things are moving and what they are actually building to make that difference for the Web3 segment and to build that trust and also understand the community and directly answer all their questions and queries. So this is the agenda of our Twitter Spaces. We keep it regularly every Wednesday, same time. And this week we have a really special guest, the Rarico team, and we have Nelson and Mani from the team. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining today. Really appreciate it, and welcome to Acknowledge Twitter Spaces. And today we want to understand more about what Rarico is building, what has been your story, and how do you see the future to be, and what are some insights, Alpha, that you want to share with everyone here. So thanks a lot for joining to the Rarico team. Yes, yeah,
Hey, thank you so much for the intro, Yash. First of all, just making clear, am I audible correct? I mean, am I audible?
yeah, you're audible.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So thanks for the intro and thanks for inviting us here. We would definitely love to talk about what we are building and introduce ourselves to Acknowledgers community. I can see there are around 9, 10 people here, but yeah, let's see if more people would join, but we can continue with the space.
Yeah, yeah. I think meanwhile, you can introduce, we can start the introduction with the team, okay? As people join, we will continue the discussion. And just wanted to add one more thing. So my co-founders both, Kuntal, Abhishek is there from Acknowledger Handle, and Kuntal is there uh, as a
Yeah,
co-host.
hi
Yes.
guys.
So I think you
Hi,
guys,
Kuntal. Hi, Abhishek. Yeah, we
Hello
are well
guys.
connected on our on LinkedIn. We like each other posts, but yeah, never had a chance to interact.
Yeah, certainly. Good to connect with you over the Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, likewise. And so yeah, if let me start by just introducing myself. So I joined from Rarico's Twitter, but yeah, so my name is Mani. So Mani Kumar. So I am a founder here, and Nelson, he is my co-founder. So talking about myself, I am an MBA and I have worked in tech, not exactly in Web3, but I have worked in AI and AI slash IoT startups before starting Rarico. So, and yeah, so that's about myself. So I am a Solidity developer too. And I would maybe hand over the mic to Nelson.
Yeah. So hi guys, Nelson here, and I have been in this space since 2016. I've actively contributed to a lot of the projects in this space, and I've held multiple marketing and strategic roles in a lot of projects. And yeah, I've worked a lot great founders like you guys as well, Yash, Kuntal Bhai, and Abhishek. So yeah, I hold a lot of experience working with wonderful founders from the space, and have great learnings from them as well. So that is about me. I manage marketing and strategy at Rarico, and along with money. So yeah, that's about me.
Thank you, Nelson, for the brief introduction. So, welcome you guys again, and good to see your community is growing at a rapid pace. And so, to start with, we would probably like to hear, and our community would probably like to hear what Radico is all about and what you guys are building. So, a broad description will help us see your forecast.
Yeah. So Rarico is a fully gamified messaging protocol where users will get rewarded for interacting with token gated communities and also socializing among each other. And the problem what we are solving current with Rarico is the security and the user experience issues we have with current alternatives or like Discord or Telegram. And in fact, the reason why we started this is kind of a story what every one of us in Web3 can relate. So back in 2020, 2021, yeah, not 20. Yeah, so in 2021 when these NFTs were, NFT craze was going, bonkers everywhere around. So I was involved in multiple, NFT communities, just hanging around in Discord, in their Discord servers. And at one point, I fell for a phishing scam. So even though I do my diligence before clicking on any links, but yeah, somehow I fell for a phishing scam and my wallet got drained. And then I realized maybe this is a problem which needs to be addressed. And then then I started talking to some of the users on Discord, and I found out that it's not just the problem with me, which happened to me, but with multiple other people. And then I found Nelson. So we both started we both have taken an oath to solve this problem, and we started talking to multiple, maybe hundreds of users. We were just cold messaging people, getting them on call, and we are understanding their perspective on this problem. And maybe after around 2 3 months of market research, so we found out how like what the exact problem is, the intensity of the issue, and how we can solve it. And when we have taken the stats, like let's say if we take the stats of last year 2022, right? So the official data suggests that around $300 million worth of crypto and NFTs were stolen through phishing attacks just through Discord and Telegram alone. And I'm not even talking about the spam messages you keep getting in your DMs. I'm just talking about the official community channels. And out of this 300 million Bored Ape Yacht Club, just the Yuga Lab servers enjoy majority of the lost amount share, with around $30 million just lost through their Discord servers. And if if this problem continues to exist, and with more adoption coming into Web3 space, and if we still keep using these platforms, there is no this number is only going to get worse, and it might even reach $1 billion this year or maybe the next year. So that's why we are building Rarico, where we have unique selling points like anti-phishing checks. There is no way a hacker can impersonate an admin and send any phishing links. We also have one-click token gating. So instead of using third-party bots to token gate your communities, you can literally you can set up a token gated community in less than a minute. And we also have automated community access, so that unlike the platforms I mentioned, you can directly join the communities without even you having to do anything. So if you, let's say, hold a board a BAYC NFT, so you can be a part of BAYC's community without even you going and clicking on the join. So this way, as a project, you will be able to get all of your users or your holders immediately or in a shorter amount of time to your server. And also, as a user, we are reducing the friction of clicking on every server link, joining, and again verifying some captcha using some bot, and even if it's token gated, you need to maybe click on some bot collab land or any other thing to verify your assets. So this whole, 4 5 step process is eliminated here. So talking about the user experience, so that's what we are, we want to be the simplest and also the safest platform to build communities and thrive.
Perfect, perfect. You have pointed the right, pain areas of this community, which the Web3 community is facing. So, Mani, how long you guys are working with this idea? Just wanted to know 3 months of research and how long you guys are, looking into this.
It is, around an year. So we spent around 2 3 months doing the market research, and then we started building the product. And initially, our product was a whole different than what exactly we built now. So then we, after, like after some of our advisors suggestions, and also considering the market shift, right? So we had to do multiple pivots, and somehow we landed to a better product compared to, I mean, maybe we can say a better, or a safer platform compared to the Discord or Telegram. And currently, yeah, we have an MVP, in fact more than an MVP. So we are planning to launch the product very soon, most probably in March or first or second week.
Okay, okay, got it. And while building the product, Mani, what challenges you faced while building out, and how you overcome it, like especially from the community perspective, like building most of the companies, they end up building something which nobody wants. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I would take this. So actually, Yash, in 2021, everyone was a bit frugal, and they were building things in the bushes and then announcing. But I don't think so that works anymore. We have to keep up with the community at every point of development from the day we announce that we are up to something. So that is what we have been doing. We have been engaging with the relevant community members and relevant stakeholders from the community, so that and we have done multiple iterations in the product. We are working on this from a year, or like more than a year, and we have kept community updated, and we have taken necessary feedbacks as well, and we have added and subtracted features accordingly and built the product. So right now we are ready with our version 1 of the product, and we'll launch it soon with 30 plus communities doing their pilot launch on our platform, and 6 plus chain integrated and supported on the platform, including chains like Solana, Tezos, Ethereum, Polygon, and Reef.
That
Very
Yeah.
nice.
So adding to what Nelson said, so he have, like of course, he have mentioned all the challenges we faced and how we have overcome some of them using, like by being relevant and also updating the community. But from technical standpoint, I know there are some issues which we have definitely faced. So the first thing is, when we have integrated multiple chains, right? So fetching all the blockchain data, since it's a completely token gated communities, right? So we need to fetch the blockchain, data using APIs, and especially there are multiple, all the EVM chains, and also we currently support Solana. So fetching this data and managing is kind of, this is what took us a lot of time initially. And also the second thing was we need to, the data needs to be updated almost instantly, because when let's say there is a role, token holder role in any community, and if that particular holder sells their NFT or whatever the token is, then the role needs to be updated instantly, or else there is no, or else there is no difference between us and Discord in terms of that particular issue, right? So we have built a model called real time asset authentication model, which almost, which gives us instant data from the blockchain as soon as any event happens. And yeah, so this is something what we are proud of.
I have one.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Okay, Kuntal, just I want to add. I have one question for Mani. So, you mentioned that you are already on 16. That's a really great thing and a hard job to achieve. Along with that, how there are multiple ways to manage the real-time data problem. Even we at Ackmanager has faced this problem. So, this is more kind of a technical question, but really interesting one. And I spoke with a lot of founders and understood how they solve this problem. Wanted to understand your perspective because most of the founders, what they do, most of the companies, what they have done is like they use third-party API, like Covalent or any other platform, to get the node data real time. Some of them they have also hosted the big companies. They have their own nodes, and some they integrate directly from the marketplace. So, how you guys have solved this problem? Like keeping the challenges that, and even you guys are on six chains. So that's a really, considering they are not all of them are so EVM compatible. So yeah.
So yeah, so here is this is an interesting thing because see when we were facing this issue, right? We knew because building on six chains, we need to if we are using one API provider, there is no way we can get real-time data because there will always be a limit on the number of responses, number of requests we can make to that particular API. And if you try to use duplicate API keys to maybe make multiple requests from the same server, the all the API keys will get banned and our app will crash. So what we did was, this is kind of, yeah, this is you can consider, uh, a secret tip, or I don't know, like many people might be doing it. So what we are doing currently is we are using multiple API providers at the same time. We have looped in Alchemy's API. We are using Morales SDK, Covalent. We're also using Tatum, and we are using QuickNote. So all the five, so that if if some of these APIs have maybe 10 requests per second, some have 20. So that by I mean, so that we'll have around 200 to 300 requests per second we can make. And this is more than enough for us to actually fetch the real-time data from all the blockchains.
Okay.
So we are not running a node of our own as of now because that's not economically feasible for us.
Yeah, yeah, understood. And how it has like in terms of the load and everything, how is it going on, like working out for you guys, this third party?
Sorry, in terms of what?
Like, so for example, user, like you need a lot of data real time, right? In terms of load
Yes.
management, how is it working so far for you? Like, for
Yeah.
example,
So
API
see, the
request
thing is,
wise, yes.
yeah. See, we are only fetching what is necessary from the chains, right? So if let's say if there is maybe token gating, right, getting all the holders for a particular collection or for a particular contract address. So that can be an example. So we are only fetching only the addresses who hold the token instead of also fetching the metadata and everything, which will definitely impact the response time. So data latency, the thing what we have set as a target is 2 seconds at most. Right now, we are, mostly all our pages get load. We'll be able to, like load every single page on our app in hardly 3 seconds as of now. But yeah, we always want to improve the data latency.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think this is a good way, and I think majority people are doing this way only. Because if you want low latency, then you need your own nodes, which is very expensive
Yes.
and kind of only like companies with more than have raised like more than $50 million, it's feasible to host their own nodes. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think yeah, Kuntal, you can go ahead with the next question. Yes.
No, thank you. It was a pretty important question, much more on the technical grounds. But I am pretty much interested to know about your token part, that what is your native token, on what chain you guys are planning. And the most important part is that what are the utilities associated with your tokens, and how the users would be rewarded. So that would be one of the interest point for the community holders as well. So any input or any insightful information will help us.
Yeah. So yeah, we do have a token in place, but we are not very sure of when launching it. Right now, we are in very early days of our project, and our token would be the native token for our entire ecosystem. We have a lot of SaaS that is planned up moving forward in our roadmap, and you can use our token to buy subscriptions and membership perks similar to you can buy premium membership, and those membership have perks similar to what is there on Discord. And moving forward, we wish to be a DAO, and that token would be the governance token for our DAO as well. So yeah, that are some of the utilities that we have figured out right now, but moving forward, we would work on more utilities.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
So,
adding to that, I would maybe talk about
yes,
how users get rewarded, because that is the
yeah,
second part of
please.
your question, right? So
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
in in
please.
our in our platform, everything is gamified, so that as a user for each of your action, you will be getting a certain XP points, kind of what similar to maybe what we are doing, what we are looking at recently with the success of Crew 3 and Layer 3, right? So what Layer 3 have done with on-chain transactions and the rewards, right? The same way we are doing with your social Web3 socializing and the rewards. So the more you socialize with with others, the more XP you would be getting, and you can convert those XP to, once we launch our token, you can redeem that XP into Rarico tokens, or you can even use that XP currently, like once we launch, based on whatever the XP you have. So we'll have tier wise XP rate. So let's say if you have maybe 100,000 XP, right? So then you will be leveled up, and then rewards will be unlocked, which you can redeem through, like maybe some of the NFTs. You can redeem some NFTs from our partnered NFT collections, or maybe you can redeem them for whitelist spots from, maybe if any NFT collection want to partner with us. Also you can redeem, like, also we have planned to redeem them for, crypto as well. But yeah, that is far-fetched, and we still have to see how the users respond to the rewards.
Perfect. Thank you, Mani, for explaining this. And because, of course, Web3 community is all about incentivizing, and majority of the community members are much more focused on the rewards which they counter being a part of the ecosystem. And thanks, we look forward for it. And it is pretty important to build the system in place, and then you would probably see a lot of adoptions around your platform. That is a very good thing. And one more question that is popping up in my mind while I was discussing this, the platform, like you already have conveyed and said about the phishing scams and all those stuff. Do you guys have any security protocol or any kind of measures to, avoid any kind of threat in the near future for your platform?
Oh, yes. So we have multiple security middlewares we have, added so that it's not possible for a hacker to impersonate. So the first thing is we are leveraging the wallet infrastructure and digital identities. So as soon as, let's say, a hacker is maybe trying to impersonate you and trying to send a phishing link in acknowledger, right? So as soon as he send a link in an announcements and he click on send, we'll ask him to sign a message with his wallet connected. And if that wallet which is connected, I mean, with the wallet which he have signed the message is not the same as the one connected to your profile, right? So the link won't be sent, and we'll also notify the admins that someone is trying to impersonate you.
And how important is that the wallet, is it mandate to have a wallet in place for the part, or how is that like, or
No,
any
we
other?
are. Yeah, please go ahead, Manthan.
No, no, please go ahead. That's one of the
Okay.
question which I.
See, as a community admin, you are required to have a wallet, but we are also onboarding Web2 users in Q2 right now. Everyone who is registering on the platform, V1 would be required to have a wallet. But in Q2, since we have partnered with Arcana, so we are enabling Web2 social logins to create a non-custodial wallet on Arcana so that you can every time use your sign in with Google or maybe Facebook to access your wallet every time. And it will be extremely easy for Web2 users to get onboarded, because at the end we want to be the one-stop messaging protocol, not just for Web3, but a privacy-oriented messaging protocol. Doesn't matter it's Web2 or Web3, right? Because at the end, user doesn't care if we are built on blockchain or if we are built on traditional databases.
Agree to this. So, stating that is the product which you guys are building is open for Web2 and Web3 community both. For example, if any enterprise organization would probably like to, utilize your services in a closed environment, the infrastructure would be supported by your platform. Is that so?
Yes, see, we have both private communities and public communities. And one thing we are envisioning in the future is every company or an organization, no matter it's a large one or a small one, or like maybe a startup. So what we are looking at in the future of Web3 is every company will have token gated access to their employees. Like maybe right now we have ID cards for all the employees, right? Instead of that, companies can issue dynamic NFTs to their employees so that even if they get promoted, their role gets updated in the NFT attributes. And also like the NFT gets revoked when you leave the company, and that NFT can be used everywhere almost. Like see, once the physical devices, there are multiple people building these physical devices to get give token gated accesses. So Zo World is kind of doing the similar one, and that is for physical thing. But anyway, like for in organizational communication, right? So this can be used for token gating and giving organizational communication access to your employees.
Makes sense. Understood.
And that will be even
Yes.
economically as well, that will be better or cheaper than issuing these ID cards and also managing the whole database in your traditional data, maybe traditional or servers, right? So we can use Polygon, which is I think the cheapest alternative we have currently.
Absolutely. Good. Yash, or you have any questions further?
Yes. I have one question for both of you. I think you can answer. So, in terms of, have you guys thought about any use case in the crypto products? Like, will it be like a Discord kind of a product, or people will be able to bit chat kind of interface also? Maybe if you have not thought about it, you can think about it. Basically, like for example, this I saw a few products. I think few months back, they were building on the top of your wallet address. Like you can call other users, you can chat with them. Sorry, excuse me. It's basically a communication layer on the top of the wallet address. There's one company which was doing it, and then I saw people building different type of use cases. And today, it's literally really difficult to communicate with each other in the metaverse, like chat based or a layer on the top of it. Do you guys have any plans to build
Yeah,
uh, around it? Yeah, use case around it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what we built now. Like as a user, you can also message and chat with other blockchain citizens. So you can literally just type a valid address and you can connect with them and message, or even you can use the digital identities, maybe .lens, .eth, or .sol. We have integrated almost all the identities in place. So you can search for any particular identity and you can find user. You can message them if that's what you're asking about. And if you're talking about, let's say integrating it with inside the metaverses, that we are currently exploring that opportunity as well. But yeah, of course, the technicalities behind it, like that should be aligned with the tech stack we have currently. So yeah, we are still looking into it. So Nelson, I mean, you can go ahead.
yeah, like pretty much the same. And moving forward, we would definitely look into, providing some SDKs which can be integrated into the dApps and metaverses where, communication would be made easy using our UI UX infrastructure. So we are looking into that, but right now we are like a native community messaging platform right now.
Very nice.
Okay, okay,
So you
understood.
guys are doing remarkable job. I have a very straight question, which I would also like to understand. So how your platform is going to generate revenues? So would be interesting to hear from you guys.
So there are two business models currently what we have thought of. But of course, generating revenues only makes sense once we reach a certain number of users, right? Because unless we have network effects, our revenues won't be generated, especially in terms of when we talk about social media business. Right. So the first business model is, of course, the subscriptions, which Nelson have mentioned when he was talking about the token utilities. So you, as a user, you will be able to, get a subscription, which can be the same way you have on Discord, you have Boost, Nitro, right? So similar to that, but yeah, from other than that, we have many perks to this particular subscription. So that is one. And second is we have formulated a kind of advertising called token gated advertising. So let's say as acknowledger, if you want to advertise your announcement, or let's say if you are building an NFT project and if you want to announce that you are minting, right? And if you only want that this announcement to be shown to maybe BAYC and Azuki holders, so you can easily do it on our platform, since we can since everything I mean every we have the data of every user's token holding, right? So we will only be showing the ad to the contract addresses which you shortlist while maybe advertising something. So the token getting advertising is something which we are very bullish about, and we believe many of these some coming upcoming social media platforms will look into this. In fact, we are talking with a couple of platforms building on Lens regarding this. So that is one, and subscriptions is the second one.
Sounds like a plan, Money. Thank you for answering this question. So we might take few questions from the community if anybody is interested. But prior we take any questions or inputs, another question with you right moment of time. Because as founders we often face a lot of challenges, right? Both in terms of multiple grounds. So what are your primary challenges which you guys are facing right moment of time as a founder, if you would like to disclose, and any certain plans or suggestions you would probably like to have?
So first thing I believe every founder works their ass off to figure out is the GTM strategy. No matter how big or how great your product
Agree.
is, and if you don't have a proper GTM, no, none of the users will use it, right? So the same way Yash was mentioning that there are many people who have built products, great products, but no one have used it last year in the last couple of years. So GTM is something which I think even me and Nelson have spent a lot of time figuring out. And I think our GTM, the current GTM we have, is coming into fruition. We can see multiple, like we can see interest from many communities wanting to set up a pilot community on on our platform. And also we are making announcing big partnerships since the last 1 month. And I believe Nelson have faced many challenges compared to me, so I think he would be the right person to answer.
Yeah, like it depends on the outlook to the challenges. I believe that they are being set up by markets and God to make sure before we get it, we deserve it. That is how I see them. But yeah, overall, being a founder and self-strapping is a remarkable journey, and like I'm very fortunate to go through this journey because I have developed a lot of skills doing things at my own end instead of paying for them. So yeah, got to learn a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely, Nelson. So, as you guys are aware that from the acknowledger's perspective and acknowledger's point of view, we have got a very clear-cut uh, you know, um clear-cut strategy that we would be probably working as a collaborative platform because at the end of the day, uh, Acknowledger is a platform where we are going to bring the digital assets under one umbrella and bring the businesses and consumers to interact and monetize their assets. And it is our responsibility, as well as we are happy to, grow our ecosystem partners as much as we can, and whatever efforts we can, help you guys with. And we are very much fortunate enough as an ecosystem. We are growing and we have partners like you. Sooner or later, we would be having a lot of collaborations in multiple, junctures. And thank you so much, for coming on this Twitter Spaces. This is an initiative which we do, every Wednesday, every week, where no matter how many attendees are there or how many people are there. Generally, due to the market sentiments, we often see the consumers are having a lack of interest towards the projects and all those stuffs. And I think as a founder, we all are facing this kind of sentimental problems unless and until this market grows. Beyond the notions of market sentiments. So all the best guys, which whatever you guys are building is like the need of an hour, and you rightly have pointed out the challenges which this community is facing. So to add on this, I strongly believe that Web3 is all about community. It's for the community, and if the communities are facing challenges in terms of security breaches or in terms of getting an authenticated uh, platform, so that is one of the area which you guys are serving. And I hope that in near future there would be a multiple collaborations and multiple projects that would be onboarded on you guys. And do let us know if you guys need any kind of support on those grounds. We are much more here, happy to help, and let's grow together. That's what I would probably like to say. And of course, Acknowledger is there to, help you out, and would probably love to try the pilot projects which you guys are doing, and looking forward for it. So, any questions or any understanding or any, direct questions you would like to ask to Acknowledger team? We are much more here. We all three are here. Would be happy to answer.
I have a question. Like, I would just like to ask the same question which you asked us. So, what, from your, I would like to learn from your perspective from three of you. Like, what challenges have you faced since you guys are working way before, like, we started Rarico, and of course, you guys have well experienced than us. So, from your perspective, what are the biggest challenges you have faced?
So, for us, currently, if you see, there are, apart from the market sentiment, see, this market sentiments is something which all of the project founders and all of the project owners are been facing right moment of time. But one specific challenge which we have currently faced in terms of technicalities, which Yash, rightly asked in front, that how to face the real-time data. What we have managed is that what we have understood from that it is pretty important to host our own nodes. I know it's pretty expensive. It's like out of the box spending which we have to do right now. But unless and until we host our own nodes, depending upon a third party API, whatever, how good is the API, we are directly or indirectly giving our commands to those platforms, right? Whether in terms of the Covalent or XYZ, whatever it is. So that is one of the core challenges which Acknowledger is currently facing, and we would require a lot of infrastructure support in terms of computing and storage that should come into the picture that will mitigate, and hopefully we will find a solution regarding the same. And in near future, we have our plans to host our nodes so that we can fetch real-time data and the inflow of digital assets, because we are in a business of structuring the digital assets, and the inflow of digital assets are been continuously growing. Every day there are new digital assets which has been inflowing, and it's coming to the ecosystem. And to map those, I think the data has been exponentially growing like anything. So that is one of the thing which we are currently facing. And post that, generating the best product market fit is one of the next level challenge which we all as a founder has to figure it out, because at the end of the day we are working for benefits of consumers as well as businesses. Unless and until businesses and consumers derived value from our platform won't see a real adoptions in places. And to deliver those consumers utility, we have to work on lots of analytical data in terms of lot of fetching the real time. Nobody's caring that what's happening back on 24 hours prior. Everybody is curious that what is right now. If today, if you go to any XYZ platform to see the asset value, you would not probably want to see a asset value which is priorly like 24 hours ago. What was the Bitcoin? People are working on 24 cross 7 and would probably like to see and spontaneous value of the digital assets along with the attributes. So that is, as a platform owner, we are facing right moment of time, and we are quite optimistic that we are going to figure out ways and figure out, a path unless and until we set up our node. So we are going to reach to the layer one solutions, and we will be, surely seeking their support. We have already partnered with a lot of layer ones to index their data and structure their digital data. So it's going to be a collaborative effort. So that is the major challenges which we have been facing. And second, from the marketing perspective, I do believe that Web3 community is a very strong community. We are been blessed with a lot of, growing community. And to make this community engaged into your platform is the second important challenge which many project owners would be facing, and that is the reason we are here. And we guys are always on this platform to talk to our community members and keep on buzzing them that boss, hey, we are here, we are developing. There are certainly some challenges irrespective of the token prices are out of our control. Many people will come and complain that token prices are going down or it's going up because money, to be very frank, when the token price hits all-time high, it was beyond our control, and when it's hitting all-time low, also it's beyond our control. So, keeping the token, price actions aside, it is very important to keep building and keep growing the ecosystem. So that's what we are doing, and we are committed to. So I would like to, end this challenges over here, and we'll should surely focus on growing and growing. So that's all. Yash, would you like to add something?
Yeah, so I think as a founder, you need to take care of these three things. Okay, if you boil down everything, what my learning says first, never run out of money. Second, is to communicate the vision clearly externally as well as internally. Third, like basically what I mean by that is a lot of times when you are building, this is a mistake we also made in the past to communicate what clearly it needs to be done, and also what we are building, it should be really easy to understand, and that's why we came up with Dodas, which I think you'll see some action around it in the next one. And the third thing is, if you are getting the smartest people, let them do their work, and also basically give a little bit free hand as well as like you can't micromanage and run, but you also need like a proper balance of doing things. So yeah, these are the three really important things as the founders. And this is in general, whether you are running a Web2 company, whether you are running a Web3 company, or even a company with where you have done the IPO, it doesn't matter. From a Web3 perspective, one of the biggest learning is to find the balance between the product and the marketing. Because in Web2, you usually just build a product, and once you are ready with the product, you go for marketing. But that is not the case with Web3. In Web3, everything goes hand in hand. Like uh, you have to push on the marketing as well as the product if you want to become the best of the best in your category, or you want to enter in the big league. So yeah, that's the learning, and yeah, I think that's it. I think my two
Rightly said,
cents is
Yash. Just one thing I would like to add over here is that, believe me, No startup, skyrocketed from the day one. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time, lot of efforts, and a lot of pivoting as well. So, because if you keep on building, certainly the point will come when the product market fit will kick in, and the you would be on your best time. So it's like it's a marathon. It's not going to be a relay race or something, or a 100-meter race. So you have to keep on building, keep on building. If even if you fail at a certain level, accept the failure as much as possible, and then go back, sit and rectify and come back again with a greater plan. So that's how we are working, and I hope that we will set a remarkable journey in this Web3 space
Yeah.
altogether.
And just one last thing, okay, it's really, really important. A lot of people they don't say it or not communicated well is the founders, if they want, they can move the mountains as well as their company. Okay, if they are willing and they have the determination. So I've seen it happening in the past. I keep seeing it. The founders, they if they are smart enough and they have that willpower, they will do and move the mountains. Okay, if needed, yes. So that I have seen. So if you guys are willing to take that plunge, so go for it. Things will happen. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Like, in fact, yes, what you have mentioned, those 3 points, right? Like I have a book called Important Lessons of Life, and I mean, I write it every time when I find something, like something useful. And I believe, I mean, I will definitely write these 3 points because never run out of money was something which I never thought about. Of course, the second thing what you mentioned, right? Like being able to communicate your vision both internally and externally is extremely important. And even as you said, you have committed this mistake initially. We have done that too. And also, since I am also a product manager here, so when I'm communicating the product, and what needs to be built to the devs, right? So that's one thing where we have faced that problem internally as well. And yeah, so I believe these 3 points will definitely help us, maybe become better version of ourselves.
Awesome. And best wishes to you guys. And we'll keep supporting whenever needed. Just one call away. And thanks to the community for joining today. There are a few people who keep attending this session no matter what. So I'm grateful for that. And we'll see some really good action in coming months, weeks. But yeah, I think consistency is the key. So I appreciate it. And see you all in the next week. And thanks to the Rarico team for joining today. Next week we'll have one more guest coming up. We'll do the announcement soon and appreciate it for coming to the spaces and keep the hustle, keep building, and we are all going to make it. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you, Yash, KT bhai, and
Thank you,
Abhishek
guys.
for
Yes.
hosting us and for the amazing lessons.
Perfect,
Yes.
Nelson. Thank you so much for being part of
Yes.
us.
Thanks a
Take care,
lot. Take care,
guys.
guys.
Have a good weekend ahead.